Welcome to the Employee Enrollment tutorial. This video demonstrates how merit member employers initiate their employees for online enrollment and is broken out into two sections: Employee Enrollment Initiation and Enrollment on behalf of an employee. We will begin by going through the steps to initiate an employee for enrollment. To get started, log into the employer portal on the Mercon Benefit Services website. Once logged in, go to the Employees section and click on the Employee Enrollment Initiation button. At this point, employers must create a file that will include information about the employees they wish to initiate. To do this, select Click Here. This will download the CSV file that you are to use to input the employee name, SIN number, date of birth, and email address or addresses of employees. The CSV file was downloaded. As you can see here, it was saved inside of the Downloads folder. Note, for more information about how to set the Excel default for CSV file use, see the Employer User Guide located within the Contact Us section of the website. The next step is to enter your employee data. Once you have done so, you will be required to save the downloaded document. To save, go to File and then Save As. Once again, make sure the type is CSV format. Change the name of the file to include the division you are uploading to, as well as the date of the upload. For example, B999 August 2nd EE upload. Next, click Save. Now that you've entered the employee information, you will need to upload the details for each employee that is to be initiated for enrollment. In the following example, there are 12 employees that are to be initiated. You will be required to select a division that the employee belongs to prior to uploading the file. Click on the Division drop-down list to select the division. Now, click Upload Employee File and browse for the file that you have saved for the upload. Click Open. If the upload was not successful or certain items did not upload successfully, the system will display this message. Reasons that uploads fail include missing fields within the upload file, invalid dates, invalid SIN numbers, or an invalid email address. Click OK. At this point, you will be required to click on the Employee Validation Failure Report to understand the reason that the system rejected a record or multiple records within your upload. In this particular example, the system rejected an upload due to 6 errors. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 errors. Since we initially uploaded data for 12 employees, this means that 6 of the entries were successful. A small description of the error will be listed here for your reference. To address the failure, reopen the file that was uploaded. First, remove any rows of information that did not contain any errors. You must do this because they have already been successfully processed, and if not removed, a duplicate enrollment request will be generated to those employees. Now we will correct all the fields that contain an error. Here, we will add a missing last name, correct a social insurance number, as well as correct the date of birth. From here, we need to save the file once again. To do this, go to File, and then Save As. Go to the title of the file and change the name to V2 for version 2. It is also important to ensure that the file is once again saved in CSV format. Select Save, and then close the file. Click on the Upload Employee File button and search for the file you have just saved. This file should be saved under version 2. Select it and select Open. You will now notice that there are no error messages present. At this point, you have successfully initiated the employees to complete an online enrollment form. The system will now automatically generate an email to the employees that you have initiated. The email will request that they register on the website and ultimately log into the employee portal to complete the online enrollment form. It includes information for employees that are not yet registered, as well as those that are already registered. For more information about common upload issues, see the user manual within the Quick Links section mentioned earlier. The documentation details the validations that take place on information that you upload and system messages that you may experience. How to enroll on behalf of an employee and accessing enrollment information. There may be times when an employee requires that you complete an enrollment form on their behalf, or requires that you update a component of their enrollment information. This section of the demo takes you through how to access employee enrollment forms, as well as how to submit and/or make changes to existing enrollment forms. In order to locate an employee file to complete an enrollment or make a change to an existing employee's enrollment form, scroll down to the Employees section. Then, select Employee Enrollment Initiation. Select the division of the employee that you wish to update enrollment information for. Then, click on the Employee Enrollment button. Use the drop-down list to find an employee or enter their first and last name and click the Search button. If there are many employees within the division, you are better off using the search feature to avoid tedious scrolling. Once you have isolated the employee, click the Confirm button. This will load the enrollment form. You are now in the enrollment form. Start with confirming the fields that were populated with the employer initiation process. Notice that some of the fields are already filled in. If you notice a change required to your date of birth, contact your employer to make this change. This is a key field for registration, and it requires Mercon to administer the change. Next, enter your postal code and select the Search button. The address fields will automatically populate. Enter the correct house or suite number, ensuring that it is within range. If it's not within the range, you will receive an error message. If your postal code is not found, select the Click Here if Address is Not Found button. This will allow you to manually override the validation. Next, you will be required to enter at least one phone number. You may also choose to enter an occupation. If any of the fields show up with a red box around them, that means they are required. Scroll down to view the dependent information. For demonstration purposes, I have already filled out first name, last name, date of birth, and the effective date. A relationship is also required, and I will select it from the drop-down list given. If you would like to remove any of the information that you just entered, select Clear. This will clear the unsubmitted information. For existing dependents that have already been saved to the database, there will also be a Remove button. Select this button to delete a saved dependent. You will then be asked to provide a short reason for the removal. Scroll down to view the beneficiary information. I have already filled out this data, however I still need to select a relationship. Note that if the beneficiary date of birth is underneath 18 years of age, the In Trust box will be automatically selected. Similarly to filling out the dependent information, there is also a Clear box to remove any unsubmitted beneficiary information. If there is a beneficiary that has already been submitted and saved to the database, there will be a Remove option. Scroll down to Personal Release information. To enter someone, enter their first and last name, as well as their relationship to you. As before, there is also a Clear as well as a Remove button. Read the terms and conditions to the enrollment form and consent by selecting I agree. Now it's time to submit your data. Scroll down and either select Submit or Submit and Print. If you select Submit and Print, you'll be able to print off a copy for your own reference as well as save to PDF. Once everything has been filled out correctly, you will receive this notification letting you know that the enrollment form has been submitted. Mercon Benefit Services requires an in-ink paper signature in the event of a life insurance claim. Ensure to print the beneficiary form and have employees sign it. The form will also need to be sent to Mercon Benefit Services. Note, if forms are not received, beneficiaries will default to estate. For more information, see the user manuals or contact Mercon Benefit Services. Mercon Benefit Services understands that there is a learning curve to utilize the new enrollment feature and has created tools that can be accessed online to help you. For more instruction, see the guide located within the Contact Us section. For support with any process, contact the following number and a Mercon representative will be available to assist you. Mercon Benefit Services thanks you for your time and patience in understanding the new and exciting process that automates the capture of your employee enrollment information.